What is up, Josh from Running Lights? I wanted to show off our ring light a little bit more and show some examples. So here's our standard ring light. As you see, there's a strobe jumper. This one does not have it jumped, and I will show an example of this in a little bit. These four do have that module there jumped. We just put a little solder between it and it jumps that and it skips the processor. So the difference is when this is not jumped, it actually runs through the processor. The processor is using the thermal detection and actually controlling the PWMing of the LEDs. That way it's maximum brightness with the lowest power draw and heat generation as possible. Keeps it super bright, but just pulses it. So this is perfect for when you just want to run this as like a rock light or tail light, turn signal, any normal functionality. It does not strobe well because when you put 12 volts to this, it boots up the processor, which then reads the thermal pad, which then starts controlling the LED. And so you have, a 30 to 40 second delay. So it's not real friendly when controlling it, trying to strobe it. So that's why we added this little jumper. And so when we jump that, when you order these, if you ask us to allow them strobe enable, we will jump that pad, which then allows you to like hook it up to like a Show Me module or a Switch Pro, because they have built-in flashers, and it allows you to actually start, strobing these things as you kind of, would expect, and it skips the processor all together. So let me show you what that looks like. So if we were to go and clip on power to the Show Me module, and so basically how we have it wired is the yellow and blue are the left and right channels. And so we have the yellow and blue just tied. So yellow is tied to, just happens to be the yellow, which is the, I think the amber side. And then the red is the red side. And so it's left and right, and it's connected up. And so when we turn this on, they will actually flash back and forth. The white wire is the mode selector, and so this one I think has 7 modes, I believe, is what this flasher has. And when you tap this to 12 volts, it would actually change the pattern. And so if I were to put this on, that's extremely bright, but you can kind of see it's strobing. And then if I take this, it's got a bunch of different modes. So that you can see it cycling through the yellow and red. So you can kind of see it flashing around in here. And so that's kind of what it looks like with the module. Like I said, there's 7 or so different patterns. I won't run through them because it's hard to see. It's so bright. We will resin these. These are just proof of concept prototypes. So I just kind of wanted to test these out. These do I have the magnetic bases inside here. So you basically can screw those down in, lock it in, and then attach it to whatever you want. So there you go. All right, well, I'm gonna hook up this one, which will go through the PWMing and yeah, allow you to check that out. All right, here we go. So this is just the normal PWM one. And so if I just hook it up to 12 volts, it will self-regulate. But as you see, the red, brings on the red. And then if I were to change this to the yellow wire, just 12 volts, it brings on the amber. And so again, this runs through the processor, so it'll control the output based on how warm or cold this is. So it should be running pretty maxed out right now. Since it is cold, and as it warms up, it will regulate itself. But yeah, that's kind of the difference between the two kind of systems here. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Again, Josh from Running Lights. Have a good one. Okay, and here's what this looks like kind of in the dark. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And again, 7 different patterns.